If you're familiar with LeBron and Rich, you know they do this every year. Basically, they uh, make a basically a threat that uh, says that basically if the Lakers the Lakers better watch it if they don't uh, make the right moves, or if they don't make moves that LeBron thinks is putting the roster in the best place to compete for a championship, then LeBron can look elsewhere to finish his career. Um, what's different about it this year? Number one is that usually LeBron opts out and signs a 1+1, and this time he didn't. He opted in. And what's also different about it is that if you look at the Eastern Conference where LeBron once dominated, making the finals 8 years in a row, with all the injuries, you have Boston without Tatum, and they traded away Holiday and Porzingis, so they've pretty much decided they're going to punt on next season and save some money. You have Milwaukee. They still have Giannis right now. He hasn't officially been put on the trade market, but no Dame Lillard there. I mean, they weren't even good with Dame, really, right? Not that. I mean, they were a playoff team. That's about it. Losing the first round 2 years in a row. And Dame tore his Achilles, so he's not going to play next season. Then you have Indiana, who just lost in Game 7 of the finals, but Halliburton tore his Achilles in Game 7, so he's not gonna play next season. So you look at the East right now, and it's you're looking at the Knicks, you're looking at the Knicks, you're looking at Cleveland, and you're looking at Orlando, right? As I think Orlando will take a step up. Um, you're looking at those three teams as the top three teams in the Eastern Conference that is pretty much, you know, you can call it wide open, or you can say that it's a 2 or 2.5 team race. Obviously, Cleveland and the Knicks will be the two favorites, but I mean that's something that possibly LeBron looks at and is rather enticing to him. Knowing, I mean, if he could force a trade to New York or to Cleveland, I think it would be. I don't know. I mean, I think could we get Jared Allen? I mean, obviously the contract would have to match. Allen's not making $53 million a year, but could we get Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and one other piece if we gave them LeBron? Uh, the Knicks, could we get McCall and shoot one other big money pieces? They probably wouldn't give us McCall and Josh. Uh, could we get Ananobi and McBride? I mean, I don't know. We have to make it work, but for sure, you would have to say that at this point in his career, if LeBron's main interest is winning a fifth championship, it'd be way easier to get there playing in the East than it would be playing in the West. When you have all these good teams in the West, and the West only, you know, uh, figures to get better, right? Got to think San Antonio is going to be in the playoffs next year, right? Uh, it would be. I mean, it's in LeBron's best interest to go and finish his career back in the East. You know, because then I mean, if LeBron goes to either one of those teams, I mean, they're pretty much Cleveland or New York. They're pretty much all. You have to think. I mean, I would say especially if he goes to New York. I mean, if LeBron goes to the Knicks, they're damn near locked to make the finals. And then if they're in the finals, from there, I mean, so OKC, I know everybody says, okay, well, OKC, the best is still yet to come, and they just won the title. But if they make it to but if, I mean, they just struggled with 7 games with the Indiana team that is a very good team, but it's not like, it's not like he's playing they were playing the LeBron Heat or the LeBron Cavs with Kyrie and Love. That's not who they were playing, right? So Say Brunson, Hart, LeBron, McCall, and Towns. I mean, that's a hell of a squad. I know the 3-star system thing, it doesn't really, work anymore. I mean, so LeBron, I'm just saying, LeBron would have to, we wouldn't want him to come in there and uh, interfere with the two guys in their prime doing their thing, Brunson and Towns. But I mean, it's possible that he could just make them so talented that they would walk through the East. Um, and then, like I said, in the finals, if it's OKC again, OKC has already shown, and maybe next year they would, after already winning it, they'll be. They're only going to get better from here. But from what we've seen so far, I mean, they barely got over. They barely got there. if Halliburton hadn't got injured, who knows who wins that? Who wins that game? So uh, it's definitely something to look. I mean, this was the most threatening. Like I said, they do this every year, but this one was the most threatening one. It's almost like I was listening to Trevor Lane talk about it with Matthew Peralta. Matthew Peralta, one-time guest of this podcast. Shout out to Matthew. And he was, they were talking about it and saying it kind of basically sounds like, LeBron getting ready to ask for a trade. And, I mean, there's no cap space for contenders to, he could have, he could have opted out if he wouldn't have there wouldn't be enough. I mean, he'd have to go and sign for like the minimum or something like that. But if he, by opting in, this gives him, the leverage to make his money, and then possibly, ask for a trade. And like I said, man, the East he has to be looking at the East and going, man, if I could get back there, I could, you know, I could. That's the best avenue for him to get that 5th championship, right? And imagine then he goes to New York and he wins the 5th title in New York. I mean, I'm saying, man, it's all adding up, you know. Now, as far as DFS declining his option, DFS he fit in well here. Obviously, close with Luca, close with JJ from their time in Dallas together. But I guess he thinks he can get more. He can get more years, even if he doesn't quite make the same salary. I like DFS and what he brings. I didn't like to trade it first for D'Lo because I thought that D'Lo gave us more firepower. But we were playing better with DFS, and then with the Luca trade, obviously there's Luca, Austin, LeBron. That's no issue as far as firepower goes. But yeah, and then also as far as like I said, the Jared Allen thing. If we got Jared Allen, again, man, I'm not Bobby Marks or Eric Pincus. I'll mention Eric in a second, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how the contracts. It couldn't just be Allen. It'd have to be another guy or two. They're not giving up Mobley for a 41-year-old LeBron. They're not giving up Mitchell. They're not giving up Garland. So, like I said, what they do, Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and one other guy for LeBron, get to keep all the. You don't have to give any picks up for him, So, and also there was that. As far as the Knicks go, there was a video of LeBron being overheard saying, he would take a look at New York, but Savannah wants him to retire in the next year or so. Is LeBron like one of those guys that really just doesn't? He doesn't actually want to retire ever. It seems like he's going to retire because it's not going to be because he really wants to. It's going to be because it's like, okay, at some point, right? How many years are you going to play? 25 years? 27, 28? Going to play until you're 50?